Hello, thank you for meeting with me today. How are you doing?
Okay, could be better. I'm very behind on grading. I have so much I need to get done. I foresee another weekend of taking paper and grading home.
I hear you. Let's try and make this session quick so you have more time.
I appreciate that.
Are you aware that the school has commenced an initiative to integrate more technology into coursework? And I'm here to help you get started with integrating technology into your lessons.
I'm aware, but I'm not excited about it. I think it's nicer said than done and will actually be messy. My classes are doing just fine, so why try to fix what's not broken?
I understand. I understand where you're coming from. However, there are lots of studies that have shown the benefits of integrating technology, and I would like you to approach this with an open mind. Don't knock it until you try it, right?
Okay, it's not like I have much of a choice.
Well, a common ground we both have is that we want the best for the students, correct?
True.
And having them use technology in a way that is relevant in the real world can give them a great advantage and provide the students with much needed skills. Don't you agree?
Sure, but there are many professors that already do this, so why must I do it too? Plus, they should know how to do things the old school way too, right?
It's all about balance and providing the students with both experiences. So tell me about your current lesson in class.
We're learning how to compose argumentative essays.
How are you currently teaching this topic?
Well, first, I explain what an argumentative essay is and what makes an essay argumentative. Then I give the students some examples of essays. Then they have a quiz. And after a final project where they need to submit an argumentative essay, they get a day at the library to search for a topic of their choice. They complete their first draft, and in small groups, they provide feedback and edits. We repeat this two times more. The fourth and final draft they will submit to me for their final grade.
Right. This seems to be the same process you took for the bibliographic essay.
Why change that works? Plus, the more practice, the better they get at it.
Well, I would like to present the SAMR model and use this model to help integrate technology into your lesson. So it goes S for substitution, A for augmentation, M for the modification, and R for redefinition. Our goal would be to redefine your lesson with the use of technology. We want to accomplish what we couldn't without the use of technology. So, keeping this in mind, how do you think we can integrate technology into this lesson? Let's start with substitution.
We can substitute the paper for their tablets and laptops, but I don't think that will do much of a difference because it takes just as long to write or type.
That is a good start, and you're right. It's not much of a difference. That is why we want to redefine the lesson with technology. How do you think we can use augmentation in this lesson?
I don't know.
Well, we could try using the digital library and have students do research online. We can also use Google Classroom and have the students complete collaboration online.
Well, I don't know how to use Google Classroom or the digital library.
That's okay. That is what I am here for. You are not alone, and I am here to do this with you.
Well, I have heard the students talk about Google Classroom and the other teachers swear by it, but I find it very intimidating.
It can be intimidating at first, and I'm going to be here with you, helping you navigate and learn so you can also enjoy the benefits of Google Classroom. What have you heard from other teachers that interest you?
Well, organization and grading. My way works. I have been doing it for years, but when I see other teachers having to invest less time in grading and not taking paperwork home, when like right now I have so much paperwork to carry with me and grade, and they say it's because they use Google Classroom. I think it's interesting, but I'm not a technology person, so I just keep to my way.
Google Classroom does help a lot with organization and grading. We can definitely start with building a Google Classroom for your course. Is this something you would be open to trying?
Well, if it saves me time and energy, I can be open to that.
All right. And this will also be great for your students, and we can have them submit their essays and collaborate through Google Classroom. I'm really happy you shared that with me. I'm looking forward to working with you in setting up your course and student project for success.
Yeah, I never thought I would be open to going digital, but if it helps me not having to carry paperwork and keep grading fast and easy, I'm into trying it.
There's so much more we can do. We will start, we still want to reach redefinition in SAMR model, but I'm happy you're open to the start and we will keep learning as we go.
We'll see.
We will see. Let's start with setting up your Google Classroom.
All right. Hi, Wendy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for scheduling this meeting after school.
No problem at all. I know it's been a busy week at school for you, so I'll try not to take a lot of your time.
I appreciate that. Thank you for coming into my classroom the other day and giving me suggestions on how I could incorporate technology into my lessons. I understand the kind of impact technology has in teaching and learning, and I would like to get some guidance from you to help me use technology effectively in my classroom.
It was an absolute pleasure to be in your classroom. I really liked how you have established such a good rapport with your students. And I want to appreciate you for keeping an open mind on using technology in the classroom. I would be more than happy to help you with this process. So, do you have anything in mind that you would like to try?
Well, I would like to keep it very simple and basic.
Sure. So, what are you planning to teach in the next math lesson?
It would be a continuation to fractions.
So, could you please elaborate on how you're planning to go about it?
I am planning to start off with a pre-assessment and then the students will do some independent work and I will finish the lesson by asking the students to share what they found challenging in the lesson.
So, how do you intend to do the pre assessment?
I will be printing out task sheets from NZ Maths.
Okay. How much time do you expect to spend on assessment and feedback?
Well, it depends on how well the students have understood the concept. Usually more time is needed if there are more problem areas to be addressed.
All right. So let's start with something very basic in the beginning, and we will move on to more complex things as you get more confident with technology. I wish to try the SAMR model of technology integration with you. The first step in the SAMR model is substitution. That's what S stands for, where technology is used to directly substitute the traditional practices. So I would suggest that instead of using worksheets in your next math lesson, you could create a quiz using Socrative. The benefit of using it is that students will get instant feedback after every question, which saves a lot of teacher time. It also allows for the teachers to monitor student progress in real time. This also saves a lot of instructional time since you can address just the mistakes rather than going through every question.
That sounds like a great idea. How can I sign into Socrative?
Well, you can either create a teacher account or sign in using Google.
Is there a limit to the number of students who can attend a quiz?
The free version will allow for 50 students in a room, and the paid one takes in, I think, 200 students at a time. For your requirements, I think the free version will suffice.
Yes. Okay, that sounds good.
But if you want to check it out, I can share some videos with you that will help you navigate through the platform.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
So, on a scale of 0 to 10, how confident do you feel on doing this all by yourselves?
Maybe 6 because I haven't used Socrative before.
Okay, no problem. Will you feel more confident if I join you as you create the quiz?
Absolutely. That would be very helpful.
Sure. Let's make a plan to meet before your next math lesson. I am available every day between 7 and 7:30 before students arrive. You can choose a day that suits you and let me know so that we can schedule a time for our meeting.
I will do that.
Okay. And let's also meet again next week to discuss on the next steps for technology integration. As you get more comfortable, we'll gradually move on to other steps of SAM model, which is augmentation, modification, and redefinition. You don't have to worry about knowing the details of the model. However, if you're keen, I can share information with you on how the model works.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
All right, I'm hoping to use the same format that I used today in our next meeting as well. Is there anything you would like to change for our next meeting?
I'm happy right now, but if there's anything that I would like to change, I will let you know.
All right.